welcome. It's Visual Impressions on NTA, and I am Umar Mohammed. Today we will be looking at the gradual emergence of one of Africa's leading teen artists, Tunde Odunlade. In the early 1960s, Tunde was a pioneer member of a workshop organized by expatriate Susan Wenger in Osogbo. Now, Visual Impressions had a chat with the second-generation artist of Osogbo School, who practices in a diverse set of mediums. Let's get to find out more on his intricate and highly textured technique in the clips that follow. A major artistic transformation occurred in Osogbo, a Yoruba town in western Nigeria, in the early 1960s. Expatriates such as Susan Wenger, Yuli Boyer, and Georgina Boyer introduced new techniques and materials to Yoruba artists and urged them to find their own forms of expression. The workshops focused on printmaking but were intended to help participants to learn to support themselves, and that gave birth to the emergence of Tunde Odunlade, who through several decades of vigorous art practice is now one of Africa's most celebrated batik art tapestry and design artists. Tunde Odunlade was born in 1954 on the 26th of November. He is a Nigerian artist, actor, and musician known for his batik art tapestry and design. He specializes in textile arts and photography.
I'm an artist and I work with textile and fiber art and then printmaking. I'm from Ile-Ife, but I live in Ibadan and I live in part in the US. So I've been juggling my life between Nigeria, America, and part of Europe since 1981. And now I decided to have a place in Nigeria that I can say, let's do the art thing. That is music, drama, dance, and of course visual arts.
In the early 1970s, Tunde studied with Yinka Adeyemi, a member of the Osogbo School of Arts that was largely responsible for the explosion of creative contemporary art emanating from Nigeria under the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ile-Ife. He developed a technique called batik applique, a process that builds on traditional textile print technique to create wall hangings with unusual depth and texture. His favorite technique for making prints is lino cuts. His photography style is a style that combines the technique of marbleizing, calligraphy, and batik to create organic abstractions.
I always feel proud anywhere I am in the world because Nigeria art equals the best you can find anywhere in the world. I've traveled a great deal and I've seen how much respect there is for us as Nigerians. Even a lot of time I cry, in my closed door that we don't know our own value. Foreigners value us more than we value ourselves. So we suffering from what I call self-repudiation. As a Christian, you believe you are under the protection of Jesus Christ, which is what this is. So you are under his care. And then the thief who denied Jesus Christ was relegated. And whereas the thief that recognized Jesus Christ was elevated. And so his life is under, because Jesus said to him, "Today shalt thou meet me in paradise." So this is what I'm trying to show here, and all the beautiful messages that Jesus Christ has brought. I use the color blue here because everything Jesus talks about is love. Here I'm trying to say that there must have been a particular day when color descended onto this earth. So these are different colors. As you can see, virtually every color you can find here. But the good news, or rather the message in this world, is that every color, pata, when you mix all of them together, they turn black. So aren't we black people strong people? Yes, we are strong. I'm proud to be black. Even though my color is not black, but that is the political convenience we find in describing human being. I would have preferred human race, because I believe there can only be one race, which is human race, not Yoruba race, not Boronu race, not white race, not this, not that, but one race. But all of us coming under the same umbrella of this message at the Calvary, which is love. This one here I call Far and Away. Yoruba will say, "Ibi tá ń lọ ò jìnnà, ibi tá ń yà ló pọ̀." Where we are going is not too far. It is where we are branching that is far. And sometimes you could be rigmaroling, you could be just going round and 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 round. If care is not taken, you never get anywhere. But this is where you need to be, the center. So whatever it would cost you to be at the center, that's what you should settle for.
His images draw on the rich history of Yoruba arts and culture, modern-day life in Nigeria, and his passion for music.
This one I call Kabiyesi, like I'm holding Irukere in my hand, similar to what the Kabiyesi is holding here. And then some people paying homage to the king. There's a proverb in Yoruba, "Arobafin no ba npa." That is, it is the one who goes against the rule of the king that the king can say whatever. Anyway, but most importantly, the Arobafin there does not mean that he has behaved rudely against the king, but rather he has sent the king to his bedroom, to his secrecy, and then when you know a ruler too much, they feel uncomfortable about you, and care is not taken, you may regret that you are too close. I don't know if you noticed that this is Professor Ade Ajayi, that renowned historian, and his wife, inestimable jewel, Mrs. Christine Ade Ajayi. And as you could see, this picture they may have taken when they were in their younger days, so it's a good, memorable picture. We have named this place the Ooni of Ife's bedroom. So that's why you have the beaded tapestry, one of my works, laying on the bed, and the Irukere flying whisk, the crown, and then the shoes all made out of beads. So this is the corner of royalty in the gallery, and it is in honor of our Kabiyesi, the Ooni of Ile-Ife, Ọba Adeyeye Babatunde Ogunwusi Ọjájá II. Kabiyesi o. In this whole place, we have almost 90 artists, creative people here. I personally, as an artist, I see art as a tool using Yoruba proverb, which is what my art centers upon. And of course, I'm a Nigerian. Sometimes it depends on the subject matter. I could use Igbo proverb. I speak a little bit of Hausa. I can use Hausa, incorporate it in what I'm doing. And when I take my work to the international community, they see me coming from this rich culture.
He co-founded the Toki Memorial Arts Center in Ibadan, where he served as artistic director for 14 years. This center became a major force in discovering and nurturing artists. He also founded the International Campaign for Better Artists, ICBACA, a non-profit organization dedicated to using art to bridge gaps between cultures both at home and abroad.
I think I do like this one the most because it talks about our immediate society, whereby we do not see the need to provide for the needy. We need to. I mean, it was bad sometimes that food that were supposed to be shared, for people during the pandemic as a palliative. We are found locked up in some places. You lock in our food and people are hungry. No, God doesn't like that. A bird with seed in its mouth can't whistle. It is the one without food that shouts all the time. Because this addresses our immediate problem in Nigeria, this one then becomes my favorite. Like you can see, just promises upon promises upon promises, looking bright, every day looking bright. But as you go closer and closer to the wealthy, to the Arabs, until you see that the Arabs have a lot of fruits on the tree, and the head is shining, colorful. When their own guy here is dry, and you see fruits over there for them to eat, so they have abundance. I see people in the city, like floating. It is the energy in the city that really drives what the people in the city do. When you just about starting or you're struggling to do something, the struggling keep going. Sometimes you yield result. Sometimes you feel like you actually want to continue. But if you can manage to continue, you stay at it. After a while, it becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And then if you insist on it, then you can become a star. As you can see, this looks like a trophy. And I say, you don't wait until they reward you before you reward yourself, in as much as you know that you are doing the right thing. So this is self-rewarding, And if you know that what you're doing is right, keep doing it. If what you're doing is not so right, change it. So I'm trying to show the 5 continents about the message in here is the way the whole world has now become a network, has become one with technology, with information, with IT. The world has become one. So it's like a spider web, the world. So that's what I'm trying to show here. I call this on jungle justice. We have court of law to all the time come to our aid to judge on matters. We don't have to be just behaving as if we are not civilized. We all have to show that we are civilized people. So justice must prevail on any matter. This is Tunde Lawal, and his specialty is making what he call sculptured wall clock. Somebody walking here and saw pencils being used there, and he said, pencil. That is, by the time today start using all the pencil to make his clock, pencil will become scarce. That's not true. When you use raw material is made and is used, it encourages production of more of that material. So because one person is using one thing in a large quantity does not mean that is going to truncate, the production. So the higher the demand, the more the production should be. This is a work that is very important to me in a lot of ways. It's important to me because it talks about accuracy, in life. Look at this wristwatch here. It's on 10 and 2 o'clock time, which is the way you hold your steering when you are driving. But if you hold your steering like 7 and 5 times, like this, that is not balanced. If you look at some of what cause accident in our country or anywhere where accident is rampant, 85% of it is human error or nonchalant attitude of human beings. But if they say drive on the right, drive on the right. Hold your steering like this, hold your steering like that. So when you are able to balance that, then you are at peace with yourself. So in the same way, when you have two people, 1, 2, be it business partner, couple, friends, family, when they at loggerhead with each other, then when they want to talk to each other, they shout, move, I said you should be. When the distance between them, doesn't call for that noise. But because their heart is distant from each other, when you are bonded together, you can ordinarily wink and the person will understand what you're talking about. So communication becomes easier, life becomes more peaceful. So you have to be bonded together. You have to have those 3 things together. That way, life becomes more abundant. Then you can be successful, which is what yellow stands for. White stands for purity, orange stands for courage, blue stands for love, purple stands for royalty because everybody is royal. So, and then it is when you have all this in your life and you practice as such that whatever your DNA, you can be free anywhere you are in the world.
Tunde has devoted considerable energy towards improving conditions in Nigeria. In 1999, he founded the Nigerian Artists for a Nation Anew, NAFANA, whose mission was to encourage Nigerian artists to use their talents to help their country overcome the corruption and poverty that plagued it for decades. Through the program, Tunde curated a major exhibition entitled Artists and Nation Building, Nigeria at 39. In 2001, he was commissioned by the Nigerian Debt and Management Office, DMO, to curate a show as part of their International Conference on Sustainability, Debt and Management Strategy for the exhibition Together We Rebuild a Nation. Artists were asked to depict both their dreams for their country and the ways which oppressive external debt is hampering their realization.
My career started in 1973 as an artist. And ever since, I have been carried on in my mind that whatever opportunity that I have, I must share with other artists. So when I'm doing exhibition or traveling, I travel a lot. I carry works of other artists with me. And when I sell the work, I come back home and give them money. I sold your work for you. I could see that happiness on their face. So that tells me that in my own little way, I'm creating happiness and joy on the faces of some people. So, and Okoju and Dagba, Ogbon Gori Ogbon, as you grow, so as well you increase in whatever you are doing. And I've created quite a lot of exhibitions with particular interest to the one that I created in this country 18 May 2001, in the days of President Olusegun Obasanjo, our ex-president, when I was commissioned to curate an exhibition that will show the world the calamitous repercussion of our external debt then. And then I curated the show, all the directors of our international money lenders came to the show. I created the show to show how this external debt has been hampering our growth. And at the end of the campaign that was put up by the regime at the time, which my work formed a larger part of the campaign, our debt was knocked off. The only finished product that goes out of this country is nothing but art. And when I say art, I mean art in all ramifications. Dance, music, acting, visual art, all those arts family is the only finished product that goes out of this country. And how come we don't take it seriously? If nothing at all, what part of this art does to us is it gives us good image London outside of Nigeria. Asymmetrism is, without question, unconventional behavior, and then here it shows how behaviors are made up and the output of that behavior and how the behavior spreads around. Give women a chance. And as you can see, this appears to be the sophisticated one among them. And then this is like mother of all, embracing all the other women, all the other young ladies. And that's a megaphone saying, give us a voice. And this one saying, I share to the voice that we have given you.
His art has been displayed in dozens of one-man and group exhibitions. His works can be found in institutions such as the Smithsonian Museum of African Art and World Bank headquarters in Washington, D.C., the Victorian and Albert Museum in London, the MacArthur Foundation in Chicago, and the State House in Lagos, Nigeria.
We just need to figure out how to change our riches into wealth. We need to do more of that. It's one thing to be rich, it's another thing to be wealthy. So, and you have to create that wealth from your riches. And I see art as one of those that this country has failed to really see as a tool for creating wealth. Look at the Nollywood actors only. Virtually every home in America, in Europe, essentially where even not only just people of color, some white folks too. They enjoy watching Nollywood. They enjoy looking at our art. They know all our artists, ranging from Bruce Onobrapaya to Yusuf Grillo to Yinka Adeyemi to Jimoh Brahima to Twin 77 to Jerry Buhari and all of others. They know all, and my name, of course. So I'm appealing to our government, if you don't mind me saying this, that they please give an enabling environment to the business community. You know what I always say? A good artist will make a better lawyer. A good artist will make a better doctor. A good artist will make a better engineer. So what I'm saying in essence is it will be difficult for any country to grow, to develop, when they do not take art as an integral part of their life. Because in art, there is creativity, imagination, and expansion of your scope in life.
Tunde has exhibited, taught, lectured, studied, and traveled extensively within and throughout Africa, North America, and Europe. Nigeria is a country that has a lot of rich art heritage, and its artists are also amongst the world renowned. Visual Impressions is going to keep exploring Nigeria's culture through those impressive artists. But that you will have to find out if you're an avid viewer of the program. So keep a date with us next week on the same station and at the same time. Thank you so much for having your time today. I am Omar Mohammed and I hope to see you soon. Okay? Okay, I'll start that part all over again.